Relax and enjoy the ride. In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815. I'm fairly certain, Tom, that if elevators had never been invented, that all the CEOs, all the important people, they'd have their offices on the first floor as a sign of status, not way up there. I'm Greg. He's Tom. It is the 28th day of September, the year 2024, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind.
Where's your office?
Yeah, it's my office. What do you think of my new shirt?
Yeah, you had me at, we'll make it look like an accident. That's horrible, Tom. That's horrible.
I know.
What? I don't. Is there a backstory on that? Should I even ask?
No. Just a backstory. Just a great shirt I found, and that's the backstory. I promise. Awesome. That's the backstory.
Well, we've got a good show for you and the person still sleeping next to you. So give a little elbow to your friend there and say, "Hey, wake up, Greg and Tom. Make a noise here on the podcast live. If you want to watch it live, listen to it live. Get up now." And for those who have been following us on Spotify, thanks for liking and sharing and reviewing us on the Spotify channel. That's really, really important to us here at In Crowd 815 Podcast. And and the merch is up. If you haven't known yet, the merch site is up, incrowd815.com. You can get shirts and hats and fun stuff there. We might be adding stuff for the wintertime. There are hoodies though for fall. Want to get a nice hoodie or a three-quarter zip up? It's all there. Yeah, there you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. We got a couple of guests today, so we're going to get to those in just a moment. But first, we do have. Oh, you know what? Before I push the button, I got to update something. So let me ask you real quick. How was your week? How you feeling, man?
Oh, my week was good. It was busy like normal, but nothing crazy out of the ordinary, but it was good. It's always a good week when the Packers win. That's all I can say. It's always a good week.
You survived.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. When the Packers win, I will watch Good Morning Football. I will watch NFL Network, Countdown to Kickoff. I will watch all of that stuff. But when they lose, and it's not like, it's just because I'm not as interested. I'm like kind of bummed, and I don't take it so seriously that it ruins my week. If they lose, they lose. I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. So I'm not one of those that lives and dies and breathes football. I just love football. And I love my Green Bay Packers, as you can tell. Yeah. You know? So
maybe at the end of the show today, maybe we'll get into a little bit of
I'd love to.
All right.
I would love to.
Right now, though, it's time to do this. Our current race to 10 has Tom and Joanne tied at 1 apiece. Joanne was the last winner of our last race to 10. In fact, she's won 2 in a row. 2 in a row? Yeah, 2 in a row. You won 2 in a row before that. So, it's back and forth. Pretty much back and forth. Our big number of the week.
Still kicking my butt overall.
Yeah. Big number of the week this week, even 100,000.
100,000
is the answer. Ring or retail? Ring or retail? Let us know your guess in the comments. And let us know if you have any idea what 100,000 has to do with one of those 2 words. And if you're really feeling creative today, maybe make up a little story about it. Here's the little story of why I think 100,000 has to do with ring or retail, and that would be. I'm looking for the creative folks. Where are the creative folks? Show me some creativity today. We have a couple of guests today. We're going to be talking about something going on out in Belvedere, but first we are going to chat with some folks putting on a fun event. I believe this is going to be at Currans Apple Orchard. We'll get the lowdown on that with Crystal and Don. They are with Screw City Jeeps 815. And Crystal and Don, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
Something's getting fuzzy on us, Crystal and Don. I don't know what it is.
No idea.
Let's see if it's Tom. Let me mute Tom. No, it's not Tom. Let me mute you here for a second. Yeah, it's you. I'm going to have you log off and log back on real quick just to see if that fixes it, okay? So go ahead and shut your thing back off and then log back on, and let's see if that fixes the little fuzz thing going on. I don't know what that was. That was interesting. It's always a little something different with Restream, Tom.
Yeah, I know. It is. I'm actually giving you my little story about what I chose, but you can't use it till afterwards, right?
Oh, no. We'll save it for later. All right, let's mute that. Let's go back to our guest and see if we're in better shape now. That's so far so good. Crystal, Don, where are you on with us today? Where are you at?
We're at Rockford.
Yep,
You're in
we're
Rockford. Okay, and how long have you been Rockfordians?
I was actually born and raised here, but moved to Arizona for quite a bit, where I met this guy, and then he moved back out here with me.
Okay. Dang, this fuzzy thing is coming back again, and I don't know what it is or why it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a weird sounding thing going on there. So let's try. Let's see. No, I think what we'll do is we'll just do this. I'll mute you during questions, and we'll see if we can just talk a little bit with what you guys are doing. You guys are involved in Screw City Jeeps 815. Can you tell us about the organization and how long it's been around and what you guys are all about?
Yeah, I've been around for about 6 years now. It actually started with a couple guys just wanting to go wheeling with each other. And then we had some members like myself and other members who were passionate about the community. And, we brought it to the president of the club saying, hey, let's do a trick or treat, or let's, do something with Santa or the Easter Bunny. And he absolutely loved it. And it's become a big thing for 6 years now.
Okay. And I know people ask, I got to believe people ask this all the time. When you see that there's a couple different Jeep clubs around, and when you see the Jeeps driving around town, it appears the majority of the Jeeps are one style, but sometimes there's different, they're like the Jeep Wranglers seems to be like the Jeep, or there's a couple different styles. Is it open to every kind of Jeep, or is it like specific styles that you guys are hoping are part of your group?
It is absolutely open to every single Jeep. I actually started with the Jeep Compass, and I did the first trunk or treat 6 years ago in my Jeep Compass, and then I went to an XJ, and now I own a Wrangler.
Now you own a Wrangler. Okay. So the event that you guys have coming up, I've got to go find it again here real quick. That you are doing October 6th, which is just a couple short weeks away. This one is, I'm going to get your Facebook page up here real quick and show that off so that people can find where you are. There we go. Screw City Jeeps 815 Facebook page is up and live right there. And this event that you're doing this year, tell us where it's at and all about how people can participate.
So it is at Currans Apple Orchard. This is our second year doing it with Currans. I absolutely love the family that owns the place. They're amazing. We wanted like a fall background for the trunk or treat, and it gave us a fall background. It's really awesome. Every year we do introduce a nonprofit in our trunk or treats. And this year we chose Marshmallow's Hope because we know that Marshmallow's Hope is a huge staple for the community, and it's very important to a lot of people out there, when it comes to suicide awareness or mental health, especially during the winter months here. It's it could be very serious. So Marshmallow's Hope will be out there. We'll be raising funds for them. And we'll have probably close to 1,000 kids, if not more, that'll be getting goodies from us.
That's cool. And Currans got such a great orchard out there, and there's a lot to do. So they always have that great store and everything. And Marshmallow's Hope, what Laura's been able to do in just a few short years has been nothing short of miraculous. Her new building now that they just did the ribbon cutting for a couple weeks ago is beautiful, and what she's doing to help the community is highly commendable. Love what Marshmallow's Hope is doing, and what she's been able to do with basically turning a tragedy into something beautiful out there. if somebody wants to still put a Jeep into this trunk or treat event, is there still room for people to jump in and be a part of it?
Absolutely. We recommend, if you have a Jeep, message us. Let us know if you want to be a part of it, be a part of the group. We would love to have you there. We do have a few cars that are actually going to be out, and it's actually businesses who helped us with other events throughout the year. And like the Rockford Rivets is going to be out there. Hammy from Ice Hogs is going to be there. We also have Red Robin and Hooters and different companies. Chick-fil-A, they gave us meal cards for kids. So we're going to have a few cars out there as well.
Good deal. Well, and this is, what did you say? You've been doing this for a few years now. How long has this been going on so far?
6 years. This will be our 6th trunk or treat.
6 years already. So you know what you're doing. You worked out the kinks. You know what works, what doesn't work. And being out at Currans is going to be something pretty special. I hope you have traffic volunteers to help people drive in and out, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We absolutely do. So my husband and we actually have a few members who actually be doing the parking and making sure everything is organized and, getting there. We also have one of our moderators, Nick Adams. He creates Jeep badges, and anybody who owns a Jeep, you're welcome to buy one of these badges, and 100% of the proceeds goes to Marshmallow Soap.
Nice, good deal. So bring your Jeeps out there, whether or not you're doing the trunk or not. Just get the kids out there, get your Jeeps out there, and everybody coming out with the kids. Sunday, October 6th. This is a Sunday, from noon to 3, Kilburn Avenue, Rockford. So way out there, west side of Rockford. And if I know, there's a couple different orchards around the area. Maybe Currans is one you haven't yet been to, and this is a good excuse to get out there and see all the cool stuff that Currans has. Every year, just about every year, we do like a taste test between Edwards Orchard Donuts and Currans Orchard Donuts. And every year we've figured the same thing. Each has their own special. They're both different. They're both very different. So there's things that we'd like better about the Edwards one, and there's things that we like better about the Currans one. So we can't really pick a favorite because there's certain things about the donuts that are good with each. So if you haven't been out to Currans yet, here's a good excuse to go out there. Sunday, October 6th, from noon until 3. If somebody wants to just join the Screw City Jeeps 815 group, is there a membership, or is it just like all volunteers? How does that work?
You actually just request into the group and let us know. We have questions when you come in. As long as you own a Jeep, like you said, it doesn't matter if it's a Jeep Compass, if it's a Renegade, if it's a Wrangler. Just as long as you own a Jeep, you're part of us. And, as long as you're kind and good, you're more than welcome to stay and be a part of our group.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, you've got an email address on your Facebook page. We will get that shared in the links as well, so people can easily find where your Facebook page is at and get themselves. So where's our caption here? There we go. There's our chat. Put that in the chat so people can find that very, very easily and get all the information about what's happening with Screw City Jeeps, other events that might be coming up. Is there anything coming up over the winter? Do you guys do anything over the winter time?
We don't do a lot over the winter time. We have done Santa Claus in the past as well, where you bring a non-perishable item and you get a free picture with Santa. We're not sure if we're going to be doing that this year or not, but if we do, we'll for sure put it on our Facebook page.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll encourage everybody to follow Screw City Jeeps 815 on your Facebook page and see all the stuff that's going on. If you have any questions, they've got an email address right there on there, so you can follow up with them and ask them any questions. Of course, direct message them on Facebook and let them know that you want some more information about joining or being involved in upcoming events. And it looks like you have a pretty big group. Do you have a rough estimate of how many folks are involved in your group these days?
We have around 4,900 members total.
Well, hold the phone. 4,900 members?
We do. We have
Holy cow. I was expecting to hear maybe 490 members, not 4,900. That's awesome. And are they all over the Midwest or just Rockford?
Let's see. We're all over the Midwest. We actually have members down south on the West Coast, and we have, I believe, 2 members that are overseas as well.
Okay. So former 815 folks that are still plugged into what you guys are doing.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear. So, well, hey, we're gonna go ahead and let you go with the audio issues. You know, we're gonna let you go and not do the trivia with you guys. We'll do that with Dr. Prado coming up in a little bit. But is there anything that we did not ask you about today that you wanted to make sure we talked about before we let you go?
No, just make sure that you follow our Facebook page, Screw City Jeeps 815. We have all of our events that we have on there. We have a lot of businesses, organizations contacting us all the time to do things, and we will post it on there so that way you don't miss anything.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And we invite you anytime to come out and be a part of what we're doing with In Crowd 815. Our group is also free and open, and we usually meet the last Thursday of every month at a different business location and feature another not-for-profit. So feel free to plug into anything that we're doing. Our next event is our big trivia karaoke contest, October 17th. We're selling audience tickets for that because all 10 of our not-for-profit tables are already full. But if you want to be in the audience and cheer on the karaoke singers and play along with the trivia vicariously to see if you can score more than the teams can, that's awesome. And the winner of the night will be winning $1,000 for their chosen not-for-profit. So we'd love to have the Screw City Jeeps 815 folks come out and cheer on. And I'll say this too, you may actually get a chance to play in the contest. If anyone shows up and doesn't fill out their team, each team that's playing for not-for-profits can play with up to 8 people. So if any of their members doesn't show up on time, we may be randomly picking some people out of the audience to join them and help them out, at least on the trivia side, if not on the karaoke side. So feel free to join us on that, and we'll look forward to keeping in touch with you guys. Okay, Crystal and Don?
All right, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Sorry about the audio issue there, but yeah, that was something.
I'm wondering if maybe their phone was like too close or something.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. It could have been just a bad connection with. Well, they didn't have headsets on.
No, it might have been they were plugged in, or maybe it was just another electronic device nearby the phone or something like that. I know my phone can get goofy a little bit sometimes too, and I'm near another electronic device. I don't know. Either way, we do have Dr. Prado on right now, and if we can hear him, that would be wonderful. Are you there, Doctor? Oh no, where's your volume? You're not muted on my end, so you have to figure out your microphone on your end there.
How about now?
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
We gotcha. I am looking for where'd it go? While I'm looking for this, tell us real quick about Dr. Prado. We haven't had you on the show for a little bit now, so tell us about yourself and what you do there in Belvedere.
Let's see. So I was last on a few months ago, wasn't it? Not too long ago.
Not too long
when
ago.
I hosted the In Crowd. So yeah, I'm a chiropractor in Belvedere, Illinois. Wellness Tree Family Chiropractic. My office, I treat everybody from 9 months to 90 years old. I love seeing people. I love seeing people improve. I've been lucky enough to be selected to provide chiropractic care for the Belvedere High School Fighting Bucks this year. So that's nice. I'll be in the sidelines for all the football games in town, and then throughout the winter and spring sports as well.
Awesome. Good deal. And they're playing a little bit better now too. They had a couple of down years, but they seem to be having improvement.
Yep. They got a new coach this year, so things are doing much better.
Good to hear. All right. So let me get back to our page here for Boone County Casa, because that's the focus of our talk today. Boone County Casa. For those who have no clue what Casa is, why don't you tell everybody what Casa is?
Sure. So Boone County Casa is a nonprofit organization, and our goal is to support kids in the court system due to abuse or neglect. So a kid or children, if it's a family, if something bad happens in the family. Usually DCFS is involved, and then a Casa volunteer or an advocate is assigned to those kids or that child, and they basically stick with that family through the entirety of the entire court case. And our goal is to look out for the best interest of them. So we make sure they're getting fed, they're going to school, they have clothes, all the things they need to grow and thrive as a child. We meet with them once a month, every couple of months, make sure they're okay, report that to the court, just to make sure things are going well for them.
I think those who've never had to deal directly with the court system, especially when it comes to kids, doesn't know the trauma that kids go through when they have to rehash over and over and over again this terrible thing that happened to them, whatever it might be.
Yep.
And yeah, so to have an adult who's been certified, is there a license to be a Casa?
There is not a license, but you do have to undergo specific training, and then you are sworn in by the court after you do complete that training. It takes about 2 months, I think, to get through it. You have to be fingerprinted, and it's not easy to get through that training. You have to learn a lot of the bad things that can happen. Not everyone is selected because we want to make sure we're only putting the best people in front of these kids who need it the most.
And that's what CASA stands for, court appointed special advocate, right?
Correct.
So
yep.
you are court appointed. This is a serious deal. So you're learning this kid's story. You're learning it so that you can tell it for them, so they don't have to keep showing up at court all the time unless they absolutely have to. Correct? Is that kind of how?
Not necessarily. So when we're involved, the story's already been told, of what they've gone through. And our goal is just to make sure they're still being okay, because usually they're going to be placed into a foster home or with another part of their family. So we want to make sure they're being okay. We will supervise visits if needed, with if it's between their parents or whatever family member it has been the issue. So we are there just to pretty much observe and report what we see and make sure the kid's doing okay.
Okay. Serious stuff, very serious stuff, and obviously very fulfilling too for those who've, you're with a kid for who knows, 6 months to 6 years.
It can take sometimes months to 4 or 5 years, depending on how long things get drawn out. Sometimes parents, if the parent is the problem, they'll be given specific training they have to do, and some parents go through the training and then get halfway through and then mess up something else, and it can take quite a while, and our advocates stay with them most of the entire time. Okay. So we try to be the one constant person in their life. The DCFS people, they can cycle through different ones, so we try to be the one that stays with them.
Having that constant, someone consistent to help them through the transition of everything. That's obviously over the years they've learned that is a way that works. Take a terrible situation and make it as good as you possibly can. And so it's a worthy cause. If someone feels led to be involved with this, there's a Winnebago County Casa as well. There's a Casa outfit, I think, in every county of the state.
Mostly, yes. Yep.
So if you're looking to help out a kid in need and crisis like that, reach out to your local Casa. The event you guys have coming up on October 6th, this is Sunday, is Cars for Casa. This is you've been doing this for a few years now?
This will be our 8th annual show.
8th annual Cars for Casa. Let me keep around here. And this is not quite your typical car show, is it?
No. I think the thing that really sets it apart is it is for charity. A lot of the show is pretty much put on by, thankfully we have a lot of sponsors for it. This year our big sponsors are the Cosmopolitan Club of Belvedere, the IOU Club of Belvedere, and Currans GMC of Belvedere. So thanks to them for helping us get everything set. But the biggest thing that we have are our trophies. I don't have any pictures right now because I'm working on them today, but the trophies that we have, they're all made from old car parts, airplane parts. A couple of friends of mine, we just clean and weld and clean and weld and put together and clean again, and they are a sight to see. Some of them weigh about 50 pounds. We had one last year that was about 100. And then a lot of smaller ones too. A lot of the car guys, they're not on the young end, of things, so we can't have them too heavy. But I figure if it's real heavy and they hurt themselves, hey, at least they know a good chiropractor to come see. So,
do you have free delivery? Like if I were a car owner and I had a '57 Chevy, I would probably say, I'm not putting that in my car. You're going to have to bring it to my house.
We haven't had that issue yet. The guy that won the trophy last year, he put it in the back of his. I think he had a Polaro last year. But if that's the case, we'd be happy to do it.
Those are awesome looking trophies.
There's some
Oh yeah,
photos.
there they are. Yep.
Some of these trophies that are handed out at Cars for Casa. This was from a couple years ago already.
Yeah,
that's pretty good craftsmanship. I was expecting like a muffler hanging off and a steering wheel over here. No, that is some pretty good craftsmanship right there.
Yep, we spent a lot of time on it. A couple of friends of mine, Tyler D'Alessandro and Mike Roman, they have the welding skills. That's not me, but I help source all the parts, sandblast them, clean them, clear cut them when they're done, and they do all the technical stuff because it's not me.
That is fun. That fun.
Really is cool.
I mean, obviously you want to be motivated to help out Casa, but to get a really cool trophy too.
Yeah, and every year they're different.
That's worth the price of admission just to see that.
Yep. I mean, it's only $20 to enter your car, which isn't a big thing. All the first 50 people get a swag bag with stuff from all of our sponsors in it, so you get some free stuff. That's nice too. It's all benefiting kids and.
Absolutely, and that's the key. It's never a big cost. I don't care if it's $100; it's still well worth it. And when you understand what it's going for, it makes it a little better. And I can't think of a better thing to do than help the kids.
Yep. I know that the 5th is the last Cars and Coffee show in Rockford, so we figure the 6th would be a great day to do it. The weather will definitely be cooler than last year. We've always had them end of summer, and they've just been hot and hot and hot. So we decided let's move it later.
You say that, Derek, but you just never know.
Well, I mean, if it's 85, 90 degrees, October 6th, then you just have to laugh at it.
I know, exactly.
The chances of that, I guess are hopefully are pretty slim. We'd like it to be like 65, 70, 75 would be beautiful.
Exactly.
But at our show we welcome all kinds of cars. Any of the big three. We'll do trucks. We'll do Jeeps, or Broncos. I know that's a big thing too right now. Motorcycles, new cars, old cars, European cars. I've got about 10 classes that I can put on. If there ends up being like 25 Mustangs that show up, well then I have a few extra ones so I can have our own Mustang class for it. But we usually have a best of show trophy. We have a fan favorite, so everybody that attends the show gets to vote, pick their favorite car. And the other classes are all picked by a panel of 3 judges walk around and they decide which car is the best for that specific class.
I was thinking about bringing my Porsche, but I don't own one, so I guess it'll have to wait till never.
All years, all varieties, all styles. Just bring your cool car. Doing this for the number of years that you've done this now, what's been the most outrageous car you've seen, or just the most memorable thing that you've seen over the years?
We had a Model T one year. It's probably the oldest car we had. It was beautiful. 2 years ago, we had a Lamborghini show up. I would like to see more modern sports cars. I think that a lot of car shows all have the old classics, and they're great cars. But I want to see the newer stuff too. So Porsches, BMWs, Mercedes, some of the newer stuff that's not quite considered classic yet. they're still fun to drive. If it's got a motor and it goes fast, I want to see it. We're not we're not going to judge a car. We used to, and we changed from this, but we're not judging like, oh, the paint is a 6 of 10, or the interior carpet, is this. It's not doing that. Everybody has, a different amount of money they can play with for a car, and we don't want to, push anybody away. Oh, my car's not as good as that one, so I'm not going to win. You never know. I mean, we've had years where the best of show car is, is surprised us, but the craftsmanship that goes into it, the time they spent on it, it does make a difference. So we want to see everything, at our show.
For those who were lucky enough to join us at our in-crowd 815 out of Dr. Prado's office, Dr. Prado's into the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got a Batman car or access to one.
Oh, Batmobile. Yeah, you'd win right away.
Yeah.
Just here you go. Just here's your trophy. Just pull up. Here's your trophy. There you go.
That would make Dr. Prado's day.
Yeah.
Be an awesome.
Yes, it would. And you know what? It's funny. I saw on Facebook Marketplace, someone was selling like a kit car for like a 89 Batmobile for like 35 grand a couple months ago. I looked at my wife and she's like, not a chance.
Don't no. Which body part are you selling there, hon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look, it's only a second mortgage. Come on.
Yeah. If only I had 2 more kidneys that I can get rid of.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, goodness. Well, this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully the guy playing music doesn't do too terrible of a job. He might play right requests if he has what you're doing. So I'm looking forward to being out there for you guys. Sunday, October 6th from noon to 3. And this is at what used to be the Shopco in Belvedere.
Correct. Yep. Now it's called the RVC ATC. If anybody's been at our past shows, they will realize that the parking lot is going to be much, much nicer, at this location. It's all brand new. We're going to have a couple of food trucks out there. Let's see, the DJ. We're going to, for anybody else who just is driving by, we're going to have a car seat check there out at the event too. So if any parents want to swing by and make sure their seat is installed safe or is the right seat for their kid, stop by, get it checked, and then walk around, enjoy some food, and enjoy looking at the cars.
Those can be so hard to install these days. Oh my gosh!
You're not wrong.
I'm so glad all my kids are
3
grown.
little ones. It's ridiculous.
Look, when you got to go to the fire department to have the professionals show you how to do it.
Yep.
And then you drive away going, kid, you are never coming out of that seat.
That's
At
right.
least not until about 8 o'clock when we get home.
Yeah, I don't think mine were that complex when I was a kid, but
no, just sit in the back window and hold on.
Or sit. Any of you ever sit like above the seat, like between like the speakers and the window in the back? I've done that before.
Oh yeah.
No problem. That was fine, right?
We're still here. We survived. Come on.
That's right. I got one for you. When I was little, talking about things that you never should have done. When I was little, my dad had a motorcycle, the one with the seat on the back and the saddlebags, right? So I had a family of 4. My dad would drive the motorcycle. I would sit in front of him, laying over the tank. My mom would sit up behind my dad, and my younger sister would sit on her lap. So 4 of us, a family of 4 on one motorcycle, drive around town. No ticket, never a problem.
Those are the
That's
days.
hilarious.
Those were, I look back, I'm like, what was wrong with you? Why did you do that? But it was fun, good memories. I'm happy we did it.
And I'm sure Dad never went over 35 miles per hour. Never went over.
You know what? Probably with us on there, I know he didn't. He used to have a Kawasaki Ninja 900, and there was some discussions about, okay, if you want kids, that has to go.
I'm pretty sure the fastest I've ever been in my life that wasn't on an airplane was on a motorcycle I probably shouldn't have been on.
You're probably going 84 miles an hour, right?
No.
I was on a Suzuki 850, and I was working weekends at B103. It was then Light 103 and BEL. And I was doing a Sunday morning thing, and it was about 6:30 in the morning. I needed to be there by 7. And I'm tooling along down Main Street, going 100 plus, maybe 108, might be 110. I don't know. Before I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I have kids. What am I doing?
Yeah.
One squirrel, one rock, one pebble, one stick,
Yep.
one anything, one attention deficit squirrel moment. And I'm, it just would have been it. Never again.
I was holding on for dear life, but I did peek over the shoulder of the person. I wasn't driving. I was just holding on, and I did peek over and saw that it went above 110. I was like, oh boy. So
Yep,
yeah,
that's quick.
That's quick. Well, this should be a lot of fun. Again, Sunday, October 6th, noon to 3 at the Cars for Casa event. Big Thunder Boulevard in Belvedere. Kind of hard to miss. That's one of those nice spots in Belvedere that once you get close to it, it's kind of open, so you can see the area around it. And oh, by the way, it's right behind the Culvers there too. So win-win.
Yep, right next to Culver's, right behind Kunis, across the street from the new Casey's in town. So if you're driving around town, you can't miss it. And it's free to stop by and look at cars. So stop by, vote for a car, get some food. Should be a good day for everybody.
You can look, but you better not touch.
Yeah. Yeah,
I did a car show. I did a car show not long ago, and I carted up because I have cool edits. I carted up the coaster. You can look, but you better not touch. I carted that up and played it a half a dozen times, and everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yep. Some guys are more particular than others, but yeah, it's good practice. It's not yours. Don't touch it.
You don't go up to someone's car in a mall at Cherryville Mall and go like, "Look at that! Oh, let me see. Oh, that steering wheel's cool." If you leave your door open or your window down or something, you don't touch people's cars in a mall. Don't touch people's cars at a car show when they put thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I didn't say hundreds of thousands, although that may be the case with some people, but thousands upon thousands of dollars. So anyway,
labor hours, all the hours
off
put into
my soapbox now.
Is there still time for sponsors to jump on board, or is that all filled?
They can.
As we record this on the 28th day of September.
Yep. Platinum, gold, and silver are pretty much done with. We've already got all the shirt info off to the printer, so that leaves you with the bronze option, which is I think it's about $100, and you get to put whatever you want in our swag bags, and I think that's not a bad deal. If they want to, I'll probably be stuffing those bags Thursday or Friday this week. So if they want to do that, contact me as soon as you can, and bring the stuff over, and it'll be fine.
Awesome. All right. Good deal. Well, we had audio issues with our first guest, so we let them go to not be subject. I mean, not to partake in Tom's trivia today, but we might want Joanne's help. So I'm going to see if Joanne wants to jump on here and help us out with some trivia this morning. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everything at Paw's headquarters?
Seems pretty good.
You had dogs, quite a few dogs a week or two ago. So,
well, we're supposed to get dogs today. I think we're getting 4 new dogs, and there's one dog with a very sad story.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now, it's Tom trivia time, and Tom, let's play this as a transition. Ready, go. I still need to make a Tom sounder. That's what I need. Tom trivia.
Is this thing on? God, I hate when people do that. Oh, I hate when people do that. And
don't hit the microphone.
No, don't. And do not go. Do not do either of those two things. And the other thing that drives me nuts is when you're in a movie or a commercial or whatever.
I don't know where my speaker is.
They get up to the microphone, and there's always that obligatory.
Joanne, you can ruin your microphone all you want. It's the DJ's microphone that we don't want you dropping or blowing in or hitting. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's right. But that obligatory feedback that drives me absolutely nuts because it doesn't happen.
No.
Feedback only happens when you got two circuits overriding and you've got something higher than it should be. Whatever.
All right.
To the trained ear, it's okay. Here we go. Here we go. Question number 1. It's all about the movies. The quote was, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
The Princess Bride.
That's not the question.
Oh, what's the question?
The question is, who played Inigo Montoya?
I know his name.
No idea. I know it's not Carrie Elways.
No, he played.
Do you remember the first or last name, Joanne?
No.
If I give
I'm
you the
fine.
last,
The Princess Bride. I thought I was proud.
it was a man named Mandy.
His initials are MP, like military police.
Mandy Patinkin or I forget how he says his last name. It's MP.
Patinkin. Mandy Patinkin. There you go. The group gets 1 point.
Is he is he on like a CBS like crime show?
He used to be. He
Cold
used to
Case or
be
something
on.
like that?
No, Criminal Minds, which was
That's what it was.
Great show. He was on for the first 3 years, and then he was replaced by I can't remember his name, but he's a character. He's on a lot of shows. Whatever. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to save that one for last. Capital cities, capitals of the United States cities. What is the capital of Delaware? Capital of Delaware.
Silence.
Silence.
Dover?
Dover is correct.
Oh.
Dover is correct. Greg's carrying the team.
Yay.
Dover, Delaware.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. I'm going to save that one for last because it's TV math. It should be easy.
Okay.
All right. Airline slogans. This slogan was used by this company. We love to fly, and it shows. And then they updated it a short while ago. Their current slogan is "Keep climbing." Is it Delta or Spirit? Once again, this company used this slogan, "We love to fly and it shows," and now their current slogan is "Keep climbing." Is it Delta or Spirit?
Delta.
Yeah, it's Delta. It's got to be Delta.
Delta is correct.
Delta's
Nicely
right.
done.
Spirit doesn't have a slogan.
Sit down and
no,
shut
their
up.
slogan is, "Oh God, I hope we get there safely."
Yeah.
It's their slogan. That's good logic there, Doctor. All right, here we go. In what year was Diet Coke introduced?
Ooh.
Probably before I was born.
Was it? You bragger.
Oh,
Was it 1982 or 1984?
Oh.
Huh.
Once again, in what year was Diet Coke
Logic
introduced?
wasn't
Was
there.
it 1982 or 1984?
It's like a flip of the coin. It's so close.
I know. I don't remember that at all.
The coin.
84.
I believe it was heads.
Yeah, go with 84.
84.
And it was 1982.
Oh,
Do you remember the diet pop that was called Tab?
They still have it.
Do they? I thought
hard to
that was.
find.
It's quite disgusting.
It is. It was a really bad pop or soda.
It's
I guess
kind of
pop-
like aged motor oil. It's okay, I suppose. All
Do
right.
they still sell Tab?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we have some friends that's their drink, and I'm like, how do you find that? I don't even know it's still. Oh yeah, we still find it. I'm like, okay.
That classic scene, Back to the Future. Give me a tab. Hey, you want a tab, kid? You got to buy something. Give me a Pepsi free. And you know, if you're going to pay for it. I love that. Anyway, all right, here we go. We got a couple left. Which came first? A&P or Piggly Wiggly?
Oh.
Once again, which came first?
It's gotta be A&P.
A&P or Piggly Wiggly?
The
I think
A&P
we're
is like
going with A&P.
100+ years, isn't it?
No
Piggly
hints.
Wiggly.
Well, what's the consensus? We got two different ones. Greg, you're the tiebreaker.
I feel like Piggly Wiggly's been around for not quite 100 years yet, but A&P's been like 100 plus years.
You are correct on that. Piggly Wiggly started in 1916, but A&P, the Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, started in 1859.
Oh, wow.
And then they became A&P, the grocery store, in 1915. But they were still A&P. They were well established by then.
Are they still around?
Yeah, I do not think
Probably
so.
still around selling Tab.
Piggly Wiggly wins.
Piggly Wiggly is.
Piggly Wiggly
Not
is.
often.
There's some in Wisconsin. I don't know about Illinois, but Wisconsin for sure.
There's one out in Galena.
Okay, all right, very good. And there's one in Beloit, and there's one in Edgerton. So, all right, all right. We got one more, and then a local one if we want. This is TV math. You ready?
TV math.
All right. The number associated with, by the way, here's the way it works for those who have not done it before, which would be you, Derek. You will add up the number associated with all three of these and then give me your final tally. All right. The number associated with John Ritter's last comedy before he passed away during the taping of it, not like on set, but during the taping of it. Number 2, Johnny Depp's first TV role. And number 3, Kiefer Sutherland's CIA drama. The numbers associated with all those, add them up.
Okay. So the drama is 24 because it was the TV show was about the 24 hours, right? Of Kiefer Sutherland. So 24 is the last one. Johnny Depp was in a show called 21 Jump Street.
That is correct.
Was he really?
He was in 21 Jump Street. So we got 21 and 24. But the John Ritter, the only thing I could think John Ritter that was in with had to do with number was Three's Company.
But it's not that one.
It can't be that one though, because
that was his first comedy.
I want to say it's 8.
You are correct.
Was he in 8? 8 is
8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter, which they then shortened to 8 simple rules.
53.
What's that?
53.
53 is correct.
53. Woohoo!
53.
Yes. Way to go, team. So, Tom,
yes,
this is a good time to ask you, especially for those who are playing in our karaoke trivia contest here, October 17th. When you are doing the trivia portion of the contest, questions like this are going to be brought up, and not necessarily these questions, but who knows?
Well, you might be playing, so no. I've got completely separate questions.
So just to kind of give people at least a rough idea of what to expect on the trivia portion of the contest, how is that going to happen for each team? What is their, how many questions? We've played trivia a couple different ways, so I'm curious what the plan is for your 3 rounds of trivia.
Well, you had said 3 rounds, 10, 10, 10. So I've got 30 questions for you. Now, what I was going to do is have 10 music questions, not questions, actual songs. You played my trivia before. You can choose the format, whichever you want to do. However, I don't want the songs to overshadow the trivia event, the karaoke portion.
Karaoke part.
So I'm probably just going to have 30 straight up questions.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, right. And there'll be a variance of questions, like some of them will be multiple guesses. Like, for example, on which one did I have? The Piggly Wiggly one. Well, you could say which one was first, but on the one where you had to come up with what year was Diet Coke introduced? Oh, I don't know. Was it 69? Was it 88? Was it 74? I have to give you a little bit of a nudge there. So that's why I go with multiple guesses on that one. So, yeah. All right. So as long as I wrote it on here, it'll take 10 seconds. Let's go with the local trivia. The reason I'm doing it is because you in the upper left-hand corner and you in the bottom right-hand corner don't stand a chance on this. So, Derek, it's all up to you. Only because you've probably been in this area more. They were not, so they won't know this. They're both Wisconsinites, cheeseheads. I'm a cheesehead sort of too. All right, local trivia. What did the old Jefferson High School become in the year of 1978?
The old Jefferson High School.
What is it now?
Is it a?
It is a middle school.
That's what it is now?
Yeah.
Oh.
The old Jefferson High School is now a middle school. It's on Ohio Parkway and Harrison Avenue.
Flynn Middle School.
Flynn Middle School. There you go.
Yeah,
that used to be Jefferson High School.
That used to be Jefferson. That's where I went for 2 years. And then I went to the new Jefferson. I was the second graduating class, but the first one, part of the first class to go there.
I did not know that. That's some good trivia.
What did the old Belvedere High School used to be?
Oh, I don't know.
Or what is it now?
Okay. I was going to say, because the old Belvedere High School. What is it now? I misunderstood the question. My brain went to, but it was built brand new. What do you mean? It was never anything else. Okay. What is the old? Oh gosh. Isn't it like Lincoln or Washington Middle School or elementary or something?
No, it's right next to the community building.
Okay.
So that was the old gym. So it was the
it's an apartment building now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in that building. I helped a friend move either in or out. I think out of it. And that's right. I remember that. It's down that school that I'm thinking of. Wasn't it like a middle school at one point?
On Washington Street or something like that.
I don't remember. I know where you're talking about, though.
So the big white building
that's
right
behind my office.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, right behind the office.
Right. Look at you bringing some trivia. What else you got? Come on, what else you got?
And there's something that no one else would know. The very first wedding that I ever DJ'd was in the Belvedere Community Building. I think is it a 98 or 99? There you go. That was a long time ago. All right. Well, I appreciate you humoring us with your help with our trivia. And we hope that the event that you got coming up is going to be a whole lot of fun. Again, the Cars for Casa is October 6th, right there at what used to be the Shopco. Now it's the RVC Advanced Technology Center. Sunday, October 6th, noon to 3. Come on out. Do the fan favorite voting. Does everyone get like a ticket or something to drop in a bucket? How does that work?
Yep. So when you're there, stop by, find the voting tent or the registration tent, and we'll have the tickets there. You can walk around. All the cars will have tags on them saying, which car this is, or B6 or C10 or whatever it is, and you write that on the ticket and drop it in the bucket.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, look forward to seeing you out there for that. And then again, hopefully October 17th too. So thanks for coming out. And we'll
thanks everybody. I appreciate it.
All right. See you, Derek.
Bye.
There goes Dr. Prado. And check out his wellness tree chiropractic there in Belvedere as well. Great office. He's a beautiful office, old building that they've redone downtown Belvedere. And it's a great place to get your back worked on. He also has a massage therapist there as well. One more thing that I want to make sure I take a peek at. I think. Yep, there it is. The Northwest Neighbors here in Rockford has an event coming up, a steak dinner fundraiser. And they wanted to make sure we give it a quick plug for them today. Historic look at development of Rockford's West Side. And the keynote speaker is Gary Anderson. If you've never heard Gary Anderson speak, you want to go to this. Gary is about as passionate of an architect as you could ever meet. And he loves the history of Rockford buildings. The last time I heard him talk, he was lamenting over the fact that a lot of the old Rockford buildings that could have been repurposed or turn into something else had been torn down. And he's like, please stop tearing down these great old buildings, because a lot of them are built so well, so strong, they could be repurposed into other things. And he's a big advocate for taking what's currently existing and repurposing it into something else. This is Tuesday, October 8th at 6 p.m. at the St. Bernadette Church on Bell Avenue in Rockford. This 6 p.m. The tickets are on their Facebook page here, I believe. So we'll do a quick share of this link into our chat so you can go right to it.
Well, that's a shame. I would love to go to something like that because as you know, you may not know, I love Rockford history. One of the greatest classes I ever took was state and local history in high school, and I pretty much aced it because I knew a lot about history back then, and so I love that. But I work every Tuesday night, so I can't go.
If you want to reserve your spot, I believe there's still time for you to get your tickets. If you want to sponsor a whole table and have a table full of fun friends, that would be awesome. So check that out on their Facebook page. Northwest Neighbors, the October 8th event. That's a Tuesday night at the St. Bernadette Church on Bell Avenue in Rockford. All right. And then as far as shout outs for me this week goes, I definitely got to give a big shout out and thank you to Tina and her crew at Alpine Body Shop. They did such an awesome job of hosting our final regular in-crowd networking group event of the year. This last Thursday night, she had things decorated so awesome. And it was she had German food in from Brian's Trade Right, which is down on Kishwaukee. So good, Tom and Joanne. That's one of those things I didn't even know was there on Kishwaukee.
Oh.
Brian's Trade Right. They do catering.
We've been going there. My family, my parents, and I, for 50 plus years.
Oh,
it used to be Sam's Trade Right, and then Brian Spain bought it. I graduated with Brian. I know him.
Nice.
He bought it probably 20, 25 years ago, maybe by now. Great food. Great
food. Oh, so good. And we had a great time that night. Had a bunch of new people. In fact, let me see if I can call out Skylar and Caitlin and Loretta and Jeff, all brand new folks. I think Linda was a first timer as well that came out and did some networking, made some great contacts. One of the guys that came out was from Rockford Robotics, our high school robotics team. Rockford Robotics is a not-for-profit, and he's looking to connect with some of our local businesses to help him and his program and his high school kids be able to keep doing what they're doing in robotics, which is, extremely educational and not too cheap. they need some money for stuff that they build. And so it was good to have Jeff Wilson out there. I think we'll probably end up having him on the show. He works, I believe, over at Woodward. So we'll have him on at some point to talk about what Rockford Robotics is all about. But had a great time. Wonderful time. Thank you so much to Tina and her crew at Alpine Body Shop. Also want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Brett Soltis, the dentist, Soltis Dentistry. He needed a fourth person to golf on Monday. So I got to golf Montecito on Monday, which was a beautiful day to be out golfing. Absolutely gorgeous day. Want to shout out to Samantha and Stephanie over at Tinker Swiss Cottage. Thank them for inviting me out to their board meeting this week and met some really nice folks and saw a really cool display that they put up in the Tinker house. I believe it's up on the second floor. The Audubon Society put some really cool stuff up there in one of their display rooms and some really interesting taxidermy. Yeah, if you get a chance, Tinker Swiss Cottage, they always have new displays coming in every couple of months. And of course, they also decorate and set up for what do they call it? Day of the Dead for October. They have a Victorian style funeral set up for October. Very interesting. So that'll be coming up at Tinker Swiss as well. And then finally, congrats to Adam for getting a house under contract today, this week. Team sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty Signature. Buyer activity has definitely picked up in the last couple of weeks, and I've been busier than I've been in a long time, and all of us have here in the office. And then we did our client appreciation pumpkin giveaway this week too. So those the clients that we got to see on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was fun. So that's my shout outs for the week. Anything you want to add to that, my friends, before we get into anything, all things pause?
I'm good. Go
You're
Packers.
good. Go Packers.
This is every week thing.
I know. Joanne, what's your prediction? Packers Vikings tomorrow. What's your prediction?
I never predict.
Well, I know. I'm hoping one week you will. We're going to break you yet. You're going to get Packer fever. Don't worry. When the Packers are 13-1 and they're the talk of the town, talk of the NFL. I'm kidding. I'm not that confident.
Good.
I wanted to show this.
Let's put you on the big screen so everyone can see that really well, just like that.
There
September
we are.
adoptions. Looks good.
The September adoptions.
Dogs.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we had 6 dogs adopted at the Lou Backrod event.
Nice.
So, and I don't know if you can see, but there is Miles listed there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Miles
awesome.
got adopted. Wonderful, wonderful family. Ended up they're in my neighborhood. So when Miles wants to run away, he can find me quickly. And then right now we only have 2 dogs, but we're getting 4 in today. Chico, a 1-year-old terrier, rat terrier mix, and Scarlet, 3-month-old shepherd lab mix. So those are our only dogs left.
Okay.
So that's pretty exciting. I'll look again at our list. I mean, that's awesome. 10 dogs.
You know, in part 2, that's a lot of people liking and sharing all your posts and stuff. So appreciate everybody that does that.
And then here, of course, is our hall wall of fame of all our cats. We had an incident during the week where someone dumped a cat at our shelter.
I saw your post about that. Yeah. So what's going on with that? That's not the way to do it.
What you have to realize, and my friend Sarah, who listens to the show, said that, they're jumping. We have a list of cats that we're taking in as space allows. And when someone does that, they're taking up a space of a cat that has been waiting to be, to get their home. So that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
This is my favorite cat. I know, the reflection.
There you go.
This is you didn't ask for a tour. I'm sorry, I just took over.
Tours are always accepted. You're part of the show, Joanne. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know about that, but just there's a cat there that, I mean, if you are looking for, Blue Back Road thing, that's the only time we give away dogs for free, so to speak. But they're really not free. Blue Back Road pays the adoption fee.
Yeah.
And we still vetted all the people who adopted. I think all of her that was one that had kittens. Looks like all her kittens are gone. The mommy is left. And these 2, come on, people, these 2 are growing up at the shelter.
They're beautiful.
So it's got something. Oh, you want me to pet you is what they're climbing at the door. They're clinging to the door. Come on, pet me, pet me. But this one's eyes are like, I don't know if there's something wrong that her eyes are so big. Because the sister's eyes are not that big.
Are they a bonded pair?
Yes.
Good.
We are a bonded pair, very gentle.
I always like that.
the family surrendered 5 kittens they couldn't afford. That's what the reading says.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of kittens.
Wow.
And I think they're doing the 2-for-1 adoption. I saw that on Facebook. So you get buy one, get one free.
Buy one, get
Like
one
a
free.
Whopper.
Yeah. Is that buy one, get one free?
You get the coupon.
B-O-B. I can't think of the initials. B-Y-B, buy one, whatever.
Get one. BOGO.
BOGO. Buy one, get one.
BOGO.
So come on.
Love the
Especially a
BOGO.
bonded pair. Here's another bonded pair.
BOGO because YOLO.
That's right. That's right.
So come on out. Like I said, the sad story was there was a 4-month-old dog that was found in a drug house under a mattress.
Oh no.
Oh God.
That's no good.
Oh, what? I didn't see her. I just heard your voice.
Lucky to survive, huh?
Yeah. So there we go.
All right. Good deal. And around we go.
Cans today.
All right, good deal. Well, there's your All Things Pause, 815-299-PAUSE. If you got any questions, give them a call. Check out the website, pausehs.org. We have a big number of the week this week, so let's do this. Our current race to 10 has Joanne and Tom locked up at 1 apiece. It's 1-1. And our big number of the week this week is 100,000. Right there on the nose, 100,000. The answer is ring or retail. Ring or retail. I have Tom's guess on my text right there. There it is. All right. So Joanne, what is your guess? Ring or retail? 3, 2, 1, go.
Ring.
Oh my goodness. You're both going with ring. So maybe you're both scoring. Maybe you're both not scoring.
I think she hacked my phone.
She's following you on your phone. Yeah.
That's right.
Quit sending me the answer, Tom.
Oh, is that what I did? I sent it to Greg and Joanne on the troll text. Okay. There you
go.
Kmart stores.
Kmart.
Can you remember the last time you were in a Kmart store?
Yeah, 1988.
I was in the Kmart store on Sandy Hollow before it closed. Probably the winter before it closed up for good, and it was so sad.
It was. I was in there. I was there as well. They had everything was marked down up to 50, 60, 70% off, and you had all the half the store was closed off now. They moved everything over. It really was sad because I grew up in that area and I grew up on the Kmart.
Yeah,
that was my thing.
Totally grew up on Kmart. All my school clothes pretty much almost came from Kmart and Kohl's up in Wisconsin. Yep. Once a big box chain of over 2,300 stores, Kmart will bid farewell to its last full-size store in Bridgehampton, New York. That's closing in October. And when it does, the only Kmart left, there's only one left after next month, and it's not a full-size store. It's in Miami, Florida. The last Kmart store in Miami, Florida, it's actually crammed into its old garden department.
Wow.
The entire rest of the store is subletted to another home goods brand. So the only Kmart left, Miami, Florida, isn't even a full Kmart anymore. That's Amazing. $100,000. $100,000. This is a ring. You both score a point this week. That's how much Ring will pay you to put down on a new house if yours is haunted.
Oh.
Contestants are invited to submit footage from their Ring cameras showing paranormal activity. They don't care if it's staged even. They just want to see it on your Ring camera. The judges include Finn Wolfhard. Do you know who Finn Wolfhard is?
Not his real name.
I think it is his real name. He's an actor on the show Stranger Things.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway,
but isn't your Ring camera on the outside of your house?
Yeah, on your front door. And I think you can place some inside too.
Oh, okay. I was going to say my ghosts usually live in my house.
they come inside and hang out.
Yeah. They don't sit on the front porch.
You still can't get rid of your ex-husband, can you?
They're both buried in the backyard.
Oh, jeez! Wow, you heard it. You heard it here, folks.
Finn and his other judges, they'll choose the winner based on visibility of the ghost, uniqueness of the video, and the entertainment value, and also any engagement that this video is getting on social media. It's weird to escape the affordable housing crisis, but if you can, you have until November 1st to submit your video to Ring and possibly get $100,000. I don't know about Ring cameras, but I do know that our friends over at Tinker Swiss had a Crips and Cocktails event a week or two ago, and someone caught on camera that what they believe to be the ghost of a local legend while they were at the cemetery during the event. And the two pictures that they took, pretty freaky.
Really?
Pretty freaky.
Where's the cemetery at Tinker?
I forget which cemetery they went to.
Oh.
But it was part of the Tinker Swiss Cottage event that they were doing. They're like, we're definitely doing this again next year. This was a lot of fun, had a great turnout, and even caught on camera something that looked very suspicious. So,
interesting.
There you go. That's going to wrap things up. We're overtime. We're way overtime today. So, if you want
double pay then.
Do what? Yeah, double pay. We're going to double your pay this week.
That's right.
Okay.
You get overtime.
No,
anything over
no. You have to stick around and do Packer talk with us. Then you get double pay. Okay, so I was curious. It is Finn Michael Wolfhard. Apparently that was his real name.
Yeah. Stranger Things. Well, if you want tickets for our October 17th event, contact us here at the In Crowd 815. Again, this is Rockford's, as far as I can tell, this is the first ever masked karaoke trivia contest. This is going to have so much entertainment value. You're going to have so much fun. This is going to be like date night on a Thursday night, double date night. Bring some friends, maybe bring some clients, and impress them with how much fun you're going to have at this October 17th event with Tom's Trivia, Tracy's Karaoke Queen, and one team winning $1,000 for their chosen knot.
Are we going to do the big giant check, the big cardboard check, $1,000?
I got to find one. I don't know. Someone's got to have one that we can use.
We can make one. No, they'd be easy to make. Let me.
We can borrow.
Okay. Well, no, all you gotta do is you go to like Kinko's or something like that. They can make one. It's,
Yeah. That's one piece of the puzzle I haven't figured out yet.
All right.
It was either a big check, or I have one of those fun metal mini suitcases like they had on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
$1,000. That was going to be possibly used as well. So I don't know what's going to be, big check or the suitcase full of money.
Or you could have that suitcase full of and just have gold coins and necklaces and jewelry and stuff like that, and
something like that. We'll figure that out.
And then when they say, "Oh wow, that's awesome," then bring out the check and say, "Here you go. Here's your big check."
Either way, going to be a fun night, and three of the teams will be winning something for their not-for-profit. One of them $1,000 to use whatever they wish to use it for that chosen not-for-profit. Tom, we're going to talk a little Packers a little bit.
We are, absolutely.
So stick around if you wish. Otherwise, Joanne, have a great rest of your weekend.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Remember,
Joanne. Have a
friends,
great
you change the
weekend.
world. You change the world when you help one person, so be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here for another In Crowd 815 podcast.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
The Green Bay Packers with a backup quarterback.
I was there. I saw the not so frozen tundra.
Yeah, it was funny when the TV announcer guy said, "We'll be back to the frozen tundra." I'm like, dude, it's 80 degrees.
Yeah, it was 80, 85, as a matter, and it felt every bit of that. But we were in great seats. We had, not only did we have bucket seats, we didn't have the bench seats. We were up in the shade the entire time.
You were in the upper deck with the good seats.
Couldn't ask for better seats. I mean, they look like little miniature men down there, but it's all right. I had my phone. I was actually watching the game on my phone, listening to Wayne Larrabee on my headsets, and watching it up on the big screen. So I had a great time.
I love that. That's what I did too when I was went to the Packers Giants playoff game. It's like, I'm having a radio on.
Hang on one second here.
All right, time to switch jerseys and make it official, because if we're gonna be talking Packers.
Okay. I had to put my uniform on.
Let's see. I go. Oh, I got one right here.
All right, there we go. Now I'm ready. Okay, there we go. Oh, by the way, Illinois, give them some love. Playing Penn State tonight. They're both 4-0.
Illinois, yeah, the fighting Bielemas. They're doing something.
Bielema, yeah. Are you a big fan of Brett Bielema? I know a lot of people in Wisconsin hated him.
I don't know what happened there. If he was expecting to be Barry Alvarez's, heir apparent and something fell out, I don't know what happened there. I don't know the story.
Well, there was a wasn't there a transition? Paul Green or Paul Davis or Paul something.
And then Paul Christ.
Oh, that's right, Paul Christ. I was close. It had letters in it.
I don't know. I don't know the story. All I know is he went down to Arkansas, did okay, then didn't do okay. Was there one more stop before Illinois?
I'm not sure.
But
I do not know. But I just know that Wisconsinites hated him. But anyway.
All right.
Green Bay Packers.
Well, it appears that Jordan Love and Jair Alexander are both listed as questionable for the game tomorrow. Right. And that could be a problem because Jair, he was looking forward to taking on Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
But with a strained quad muscle or whatever he's dealing with right now, that could be an issue.
Yeah, you don't want to risk it with Jair. Now, here's the thing. Jair Alexander, 100%, no problem. We got this. Jair Alexander, 80%, not so much. 60%, definitely not. Because here's the deal. You still have to be able to cover him. Here's my thought. Forget about Justin Jefferson. Let him get his food. Let him eat. I don't care. Just worry about everything else. But the key to it is not Justin Jefferson anyway. If the guy who has to get him the ball is being harassed all game long, then you're in good shape. Because then he can't get him the ball. And it doesn't matter how much separation Justin Jefferson has. If you turn in another performance like you did against Tennessee, and Tennessee's offensive line, not real good. Guess what? Minnesota's offensive line, not real good. So I'm not too worried about that. We're going to get to Sam Darnold. We're going to shake him up. We are going to probably Minnesota's not going to score above 20 points. I look for them to score 16 points, maybe 17. I'm thinking 23-16, 23-17.
I'm curious. The Vikings, who they played so far, have they played a defense?
Well, they played San Francisco and they played Houston. Both decent defenses.
The 49ers a little bit banged up, I believe.
Yeah, on offense anyway.
But the Vikings beat them, and they're 3-0. So
The Vikings beat them because I don't think they've seen anything like that kind of a defense. But Brian Flores' defense has been found out. Do you remember about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, Brian Flores was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. They started out, I want to say 6-0 or 8-0. And then they ended up 8-8. They either went 6-2 and then 2-6, or 8-0 and 0-8. I can't remember how it worked out, but anyway, they were 8-8, and he lost his job. Now everybody said it was racist, it was this, it was that. Stop, just stop. It's not.
You win, you stick around.
Yeah, you win, you stick around. He was a jerk, is what it was. He was a bona fide jerk. His players didn't like him, and they probably quit on him. He's a good coach. But as long as he's not the head coach, it's fine. But he can be found out. And that's exactly what has happened the last few years. That's what happened in Miami. And that's what's probably last year. You had 4 games in a row against Minnesota where they got absolutely torched. One by Detroit, one by Kansas City, one by Green Bay. And then I can't remember who the other one was. But 4 games in a row where Minnesota lost all 4 games because they figured out what Brian Flores was doing. This year he's found a new wrinkle. And maybe by week 4, maybe we found it. Maybe Matt LaFleur, Jeff Hafley and company, maybe they found something. Maybe they can figure it out.
That's the thing the Vikings have to be scared about, because the Packers now, because with no more Aaron Rodgers and with Love being questionable, you've got LaFleur, who is just playing the genius card. I mean, my gosh,
he is absolutely a genius.
Using the skills of the players he's gotten, and he's doing things that the Packers don't normally do. So, and Hafley the same way. Hafley's not doing the same old Packers defense. So the Vikings, even with 3 weeks of tape on the Packers, they don't know what the Packers are going to throw at them.
No, they don't. Here's a term I became familiar with. I've heard of the term single high safety. For many years, I've heard it, never really paid much attention. I have really focused in on the Packers this year. For whatever reason, I found a podcast that I absolutely loved. It's called Locked On Packers with Peter Bukowski. Locked On Packers. This guy is so good. I have learned so much. Single high safety, you couldn't do it previous to this year, because single high safety simply means you got one safety playing center field, and that is Xavier McKinney. He's playing center field. He's fast enough. He's good enough. He's smart enough. He can eye both sides and run to the ball. He can see what the quarterback's doing. He's that good and get there. Field's only 53 yards wide. It's a 20-yard sprint, because you got another 10 and 10 for hash marks to the sidelines. It's not that big of a jump. But if you're quick and you're fast, you can get there. That's how Jair got his interception last week. Will Levis threw a ball, and yeah, Jair was right there, but he thought that ball was going to get there. Jair said, I don't think so. Grabs it and goes in for 6. By the way, his first pick 6. I did not know that. I thought he had several. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so having a guy like Xavier McKinney back there playing single high safety means you can take your corners and your other safety and move them up, and you can play defense. You can play offensive defense rather than defensive defense. In other words, waiting for the play to come to you or creating something. And that's what Jeff Hafley's defense does. It creates. We don't have to worry about the zone and wait till the guy comes in and a juke move and 2 yards, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, and you're done. And it's a 68-yard touchdown. That doesn't happen as much anymore. I dare say you're not going to have a lot of those big breakaways. You're not going to have like what Justin Jefferson got last week with a 97-yard touchdown. I mean, you might get the pass off. You might get a 40-yarder or a 50-yarder. But you're not going to get a 38 yards after catch. You're not going to get that. You're just not, because of the way the Packers defense is structured. You got 8 sacks last week against a bad line, but you got a bad line this week. So I'm looking for 4 or 5 sacks. And you start getting into Sam Darnold's head, you're going to take a big step toward winning the game. The other thing is, crowd's going to be in it like crazy. So they're going to be loud and proud.
And the weather's going to be perfect.
Weather's going to be perfect. It's on grass.
Mostly sunny. 70 degrees, 70 to 75 degrees. It's going to be perfect.
It's going to be a great day. And if Malik Willis plays, now this is going to sound really bad. My boy Jordan Love, I love that guy, but I would rather see Malik Willis tomorrow. Here's why. Now, if they were playing the Little Sisters of the Poor, I'd say yeah, get Jordan out there. You are playing one of the best teams in the NFC. You are playing a 3-0 Minnesota team who is taking care of business with San Francisco and Houston in 2 successive weeks. It's pretty impressive. Kevin O'Connell is a very good O'Connell or O'Donnell. I don't know. O'Donnell, I think. Whatever it is. He's a very good head coach. Brian Flores is a good defensive coordinator. That team hates Green Bay. They want to win. They're going to be up for it.
Division rival.
Yes, absolutely. So I really think, but here's why I think Malik Willis should start. Number one, you've got a healthy Malik Willis who's seen what he can do. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. I'm knock on wood. This is not wood, but hey, it's okay. It's plastic, whatever. But he hasn't made any mistakes with the ball. He hasn't even thrown any balls that are like, oh, wow, if that receiver just would have been looking. He hasn't made any mistakes. And when he runs, he's cutting back. He's juking. He scored a couple touchdowns. This guy is for real because he's in a system that uses his strengths, which Tennessee could not do. This is why Will Levis, who has a lot of talent, will not succeed in the Tennessee system. He'll go somewhere else and he'll become a good quarterback.
He needs that quarterback whisperer to really get in his brain because he gets frustrated too easily. He's got to learn from his mistakes. And
Will Levis to the LA Rams, I think would be a phenomenal pickup for the Rams because Will Levis has all the tools. He can run the ball. He can read a defense. He just is not making good decisions. He's looking at it going, oh, I think that's a good idea. Oh, that was a bad idea.
He could learn from Stafford. That'd be a good.
He could.
For him.
One year under Stafford, and then Stafford retires off into the sunset, and you got Sean McVay teaching you. Wow, maybe even a stopover in San Francisco. And I don't like Kyle Shanahan. I don't want to say I can't stand him. I'm not a fan. I'm not. They ruined quarterbacks. Him and his dad. They ruined RG3 for another day. But here's why I like Malik Willis, because they're going to be coming after the quarterback. And if it's Jordan Love, I'm not sure Jordan Love, one, I don't know if he can get out of the way quickly enough without damaging that knee. And number two, the more hits you take, it's a numbers game. The more hits you take, the more chances you have of re-injuring that knee. I would rather have him not re-injure the knee. Even if we lose the game, but we still have Jordan Love to fight another day, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I don't want to get blown out. But even if the game was, 28-17 Minnesota, fine. You take your lumps. You're 2-2. Now it's time to move forward. And then, of course, we'll all believe that Malik Willis did come down to earth. And so it just increases the chances of Jordan Love coming back and looking like the superstar he is. Now, if Malik Willis wins, the Packers win, well, that's okay. That's okay. What we've proven is that we have a bona fide backup, and we have potential trade bait for the next year or two for any team that needs a Malik Willis type. And you can probably get a 3rd-round pick for him. I'm guessing you could. He was a 3rd-round pick with Tennessee in 21, I believe it was. So why not? They saw something in him. The rest of the NFL knows now that he's pretty doggone good. So I think it's a win-win all the way around. I think you play Malik Willis so that you guarantee that you will not get Jordan Love re-injured. And if you win it, oh my goodness, that's icing on the cake.
I just hope they can keep Malik for the rest of this year, right?
Oh, they will. They will.
For the rest of the season. You need that quality backup to be a threat. And because he did so good, maybe they can use him in some of those, the ways that the Saints used to do that once in a while with the other guy.
Well, Taysom Hill, they put him out there for a couple of plays, and you didn't know if he was going to pass. You didn't know if he's going to run. No, he is a bona fide. Well, I forget what they called him. There's a name for it, like an everything back, whatever.
Yeah.
Cordell Stewart used to be for
a
Pittsburgh
Wildcat situation.
Yeah. And
Taysom beyond Wildcat though, because he had the threat to throw every play. He didn't necessarily run every time.
And he's got a good arm. Absolutely. Yeah. They played him at tight end, played him at wide receiver, they played him at fullback, and they played him at quarterback. He's very good. The only thing he hasn't done is kick. And I'll bet he could probably do that. But yeah, and Malik Willis is strong enough and fast enough, and I would love to see them incorporate him. And here's the other thing that I would love to see. Let's just say we're in week 10, the Packers are 9-2, or I guess it'd be 8-1 or 7-2 or whatever. We're in week 10. Okay. Well, that's their bye week. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? And week 11, week 12, and we're ahead 34-10 in the third quarter. Pull Jordan Love, put in Malik Willis. That's what I would love to see. Almost like a reliever. Hey, kid, you had a great game. Come on, sit down. We don't want to get you injured in the last, because when did Jordan Love get injured in this in the first game this year? 5 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, the game was done. The game was Well, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't done. They had a Hail Mary opportunity, and
they did, and that didn't pan out. But I mean, the game was, for all practical purposes, they were only down by 5. 5. So no, you're right. You're right. That's when he got injured. Is when there was, and you wouldn't pull him. You wouldn't pull him if you're down by 5 and you got a Hail Mary opportunity. But I'm talking about if you're ahead by 20, 21, 24 points, pull him. You're not going to lose that game. Not with that defense. So the key to tomorrow's game, I am telling you, the key to tomorrow's game is defense. Whose defense is better? I think our defense is better. Whose offense is better? I think our offense is better because we have a better offensive line. We have a better offensive coordinator, i.e. coach, because Matt LaFleur calls the plays. But so does Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell or O'Connell? Why do I keep getting that mixed up? I don't remember. I think it's O'Donnell. Kevin O'Donnell. He is a very, very good. He's Matt LaFleur 2.0 is what he is. Is O'Connell?
It's Kevin O'Connell.
O'Connell.
Okay. The 10th head coach in Minnesota Vikings history, hired February 16th, 2022.
Okay, O'Connell. I don't know why I keep thinking it's O'Donnell. It's Jerry O'Donnell. He's the actor. But anyway, okay, I'll have to remember that. O'Connell. So I think our offense is better because we upgraded. I don't care what anybody says. Now Aaron Jones will probably go crazy for 120 yards tomorrow and a touchdown or 2 or whatever. Fine. I believe Josh Jacobs is an upgrade. I believe he is because he's 4 years younger and he's every bit as good as Aaron Jones was. Aaron Jones never led the league.
The only drawback with Jacobs is he has a little fumbleitis. But
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. He does. You're right. So, and they start punching that ball. You never know. All right. So
these first 3 games, they've run him enough up the middle, and he's lost a couple. And I think that that gives the coaches that say, hey, this is why we're working on this. This is why you got to tuck it. You got to,
And this is why you do a little play action and get him in space. Get the ball out real quick. He's over in the flats. Boom, throw it to him. And you've got pulling guards. Whenever you have pulling, there's another thing I learned. Whenever you have pulling guards, that means it's going to be usually a screen pass over to the left or the right side. That's what the pulling guards mean. So if you're a defense and you're seeing guards getting out of their stance and going, it's probably going to be a pass.
Oh, I love that play last week where they pulled the guard right and ended up running left.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes. Fooled the defense. Everyone was going right, and there goes Jacobs off to the left, and it was like, whoa.
And then you had that one play to Emmanuel Wilson, who I love. This guy was good last year, and he spent a lot of time in the practice squad because we had AJ, we had Aaron Jones, we had Patrick Taylor, 27. We had a pretty stout running crew last year, but now I think we've upgraded. AJ going down was tough. Marshawn Lloyd might be back. I don't know what his status is. What happened with him? I haven't heard anything this week on Marshawn Lloyd. But anyway, I think we're going to be just fine in the running thing, but I don't think we're going to run as much because if they didn't learn their lesson last week, then they deserve to not get any rushing yards. Because last week we did not rush. We did not run that well against the Tennessee defense. It has a fairly weak secondary. Their defense is good. It's not great. And we proved that last week, but we had to do it through the air. Now, Malik Willis only threw, I think, 14, 15 passes 19. I think he was 13 of 19. I think that's what it was. And a couple of them were drops. just flat out bona fide drops.
Yeah.
So
we got the team, and it's going to be an exciting season all throughout, especially now knowing that this Willis dude can ball and he can back
he
up Jordan
can
the rest of
play.
the season.
He absolutely can.
So,
I am looking so forward to this game. Now my son-in-law is coming over tomorrow, and it's going to be he's a Vikings fan. And I told him, go ahead and wear your jersey, but no gloating. If you win, I don't want to hear it. I will kick you out of my house. I will.
all right,
You
dude.
will not gloat in my house because I don't gloat. I don't do it. I know I get on here and I just jack around with it and, stuff like that. It's not really gloating. Gloating is when your team just lost and you're picking on that person. Just general talking, having fun, because I can take it. I can absolutely take it. In fact, 3 years ago, opening day, Minnesota destroyed Green Bay. It was 34-7.
It was
I
bad.
wore a Minnesota Vikings jersey to my Tuesday night trivia because my friend was a Vikings fan, and we were joking around about, okay, whoever loses has to wear the opposite jersey. He goes, I don't have a Packer jersey if you win. No, I didn't have a Vikings jersey, but I went out and bought one. It was like $8. Well, it was $8. I bought it for my son-in-law. His birthday was coming up.
Okay,
so I bought it for him. No, I'm sorry, Christmas. I bought it for him and gave it to him at Christmas. And it was a Adrian Peterson jersey. And it was a wonderful looking jersey. I mean, it was bright purple and yellow. It really looked cool.
I'm sure he was glad to get it.
Oh, he loved it. He's going to wear that jersey tomorrow. And so we're going to enjoy it.
Next week, we're not 100% sure yet, but I think we're going to have somebody on from EAA because they've got their fly-in lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Next Saturday from 11 to 3. We had them on live the last time when they had their breakfast. So I'm hoping one of their reps can jump on with us to pre-promote the lunch that morning. But if they can't, that's okay. We'll still give them a plug. Next Saturday from 11 to 3 on Auburn Street, right across from Auburn High School at Cottonwood Airport. They're having at the airport there, chili, hot dogs, sloppy joes, $10 for adults, age 2 and under is free. Children 11 and under, $8. EAA Chapter 22 is a 501c3. If you're flying in, they say runway 18 uses a right-hand pattern. Runway 36 uses a standard left-hand pattern. I don't know what that means. I'm just reading off the page here. I'm not a pilot. But EAA22.org is their website, EAA22.org. And I'm sure, hopefully the weather is as nice, next Saturday as it was for their breakfast that they had. So, all right, buddy, go Pack, go, and we'll look forward to hopefully celebrating a win with you next.
I will be looking forward to your texts throughout the game. I love the fact that we get the text back and forth. I love it. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be your prediction.
My prediction. I
Don't be afraid to pick the Vikings if you really think they're going to win. I don't care. I'm picking them. I'm picking Green Bay because I am a little bit. I'm saying 23-16 because I think we're going to hold them to a few field goals. Now get a touchdown.
My prediction I think is a little tighter than that. I'm thinking 23-20 with a Narvison field goal at the end to actually pull it off.
That works. That works.
20-20 in the fourth. Narvison from 44 yards out. It's in. It's good. Packers win.
There is your dagger.
That's my prediction.
Wayne Larrabee.
All right. Have a great week.
Okay, but do you know Wayne Larrabee? I don't know if he is the only one. Probably not. But one of only a handful at best of announcers, team announcers. Now, I don't mean like a Joe Buck and stuff like that. Team announcers who has got to announce his team's Super Bowl. He was the announcer for the '85 Bears on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the announcer. He's the announcer now for the Packers. So he got to announce the
2011,
the 2010 season, the 2011 Super Bowl. And Max McGee and Jim Irwin did the Packer game in 96, 97.
Yeah. Yes. Those guys are great. I love those.
Oh, my God, they were. I met Jim Irwin. I got to shake his hand.
Big dude.
Met him at a Bulls and Bucks game.
All right. Yeah. I got to run. Have a great week.
You run. Yep. Good luck at your gig tonight. I'll do the same at mine. We'll Come back here next
Catch you
Saturday.
back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Bye, y'all.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.